Welcome to a beautiful stormy day in Lake Isabella. We don't get too many of these. We're a desert mountain, so moisture is rare to us, and as Lake Isabella acts as a reservoir, it's really nice to have the water and for the water to hit the mountains and turn into snow and give us even more water for the lake. Today, we were gonna go to the Erskine house for day 4 of the construction there. Sorry, I just gotta set my camera up. And I kind of came to the realization that we have too much rain coming down and we have a major drain issue in the yard. So I'm gonna put my seatbelt on today. Unlike last time, if anyone's been watching the channel chronologically, we've been talking about this storm. Had to do a roof in this before the storm came. Well, the storm's finally here 3 days later, but I didn't have my seatbelt on. I have it on now, even though I'm only going a block away on a residential road. But I want to show you guys, I guess I'm just going to show you guys the kind of, you never know what you're going to do. Every day I wake up, I try to plan something very productive. So as soon as I get up in the morning, I knock out all the stuff I have to knock out. But as soon as I get to a job, you never know. Tenants might be calling, issues at the laundry, cataclysmic events like someone broke down, and I take care of my friends and people. Anyone that needs help, I'm able to just go and help them. So I'll do that whenever I can. So here's what it looks like. This is the yard. And I'm doing better to talk into the mic because I've noticed that's a sound issue. So there's some machines I got to put in. All right, so here is the drain that runs along the back side of this building. I imagine it's kind of dark, but you can see it's filling up with water. So I've taken some dirt out of there. You can see it here. But realistically, this needs to run another 50 foot. So along that wall, all the way down that yellow wall. I don't own that building, but it is butting up to that building. And even though technically my slab is flush with their slab, the water shouldn't be getting in. But they're saying they're getting moisture in there, and I believe them. And this drain situation here certainly isn't good, so I'm just gonna do the right thing and clear this whole area out and make this run another 4 to 6 inches lower. Eventually put in like a 3 or 4 inch drain and run it out to the alley there. So you can't see it in the video, but we do have a natural fall going all the way down here. So if we just pull all this stuff back, years and years of junk collecting, we'll be able to access that, kind of pull the mud out, and hopefully get a nice drain so it doesn't keep backing up and bothering my neighbors. We're not but 5 minutes into this prepping, and Jared's already claimed one casualty. There goes a $60 sink top for a 24-inch sink that we probably needed. Stop breaking shit, Jared. Every day, I swear to God, every day. All right. Time for a little update. We've already made some pretty good progress. We've got this wall mostly cleared, and you can see the water's really starting to move. That's a good idea. Rake it out. And working its way out and around. But you can see there's still serious problem here. A lot of trash. We need the water to escape out of here. So we got a lot of material yet to move. And that's not even the end of it. We still got to do 3 carports because they're backing up there too. So carport 1, carport 2, and carport 3. Now carport 3 is the worst one. Luckily it's the highest elevation. But as I walk in here, all this water's pooled up at least a ½ an inch. And you can kind of see back there, I don't know if it's dark, but that whole area back there is clogged up. And I don't know if that's damming the water away from their building, and if I unclog it now, if it'll just pool even closer. So I'm gonna wait to undo that until I know I have a clean drain running out, because once that water comes loosens up, I want it to go right out. All right, Jared's cleared the bottom of the gate and it's finally making its way out. So I thought I'd show you guys. Not as exciting as I'd want, but we are now draining out. Thank goodness. So we'll see what that looks like after the hundreds of gallons of water erodes it away. hopefully it builds a nice little drain out by itself. All right, we still got to do the first carport because there's an island of water under there. I'm gonna show you guys that right now. You know, there's a guy on YouTube named Post10, and for the last decade, he's one of the originals. For the last decade, he goes around to storm drains and unclogs them because the city won't, because of beavers. The beavers clog them, and he fights the beavers and unclogs them, and he just makes videos of unclogging drains, which are kind of like, I don't know, therapeutic to watch. So I know I should be filming this stuff because it is fun to watch. But here's the pool in the highest portion of the yard, and you can't see back there, but all this stuff is stopping the water. But I wanted to make sure that that drain was cleared before I released all that, so it didn't back up somewhere else where it could have been worse. So that's what we're doing next.
So there's no problem here.
Let's check in for an update. Jared's got our river made all the way back. I mean, shit, that'll work, I guess. Not exactly ideal, but
yes.
Is it getting under there?
Hella good.
Is it getting under there yet? As soon as he clears that last of that mud, that whole thing's gonna drain. Maybe we'll catch it on video. What do you think, Dad?
This is quite impressive. That I haven't seen this ever. It's always been full of stuff since the day I got it.
You didn't fill it up
15 years ago. I didn't fill it up. No.
No.
That's the way it was years and years ago.
Well,
20 years ago.
What do you think about putting in like a 4-inch drain line along the backside?
I think that's just something that can plug. I think having this free the way it is the way it should be, because putting a pipe in can get plugged. This is perfect.
Okay.
The problem is, you know, if it's allowed to build up, but if you put a pipe in, something could plug the pipe and then you're right back to where you were before. This way you can always see if it's you got a problem.
Yeah, and we do. Look at this. But you know, that's pretty low. That's well under.
The concrete.
That's under their slab.
Yeah, this is
so we're good there.
The problem is.
All right, I had to come back in the truck and change the battery out on the GoPro. We are still mid-rainstorm. You can tell it is gloomy out here, and it's raining cats and dogs. This is a big rainstorm for us, and we're still clearing out. So let me show you guys how far we've got. As always, Jared's doing a fantastic job of just getting the stuff out of there and making it so that we can work in this area. We've cleared out carport number 1 and halfway into carport number 2. This area here is backing up. So we got it cleared all the way to here. You can kind of see it's well beneath the foundation, 4 inches down. So we're good there, but we still need to get this water out of here, and you can see it's just a mess. Trying to trip over all this stuff, just years of junk and wind blowing stuff in here. And yeah! So we gotta dump a lot of this stuff and move all this stuff that we're gonna keep somewhere else in the yard. And there's plenty of room in this yard. It's just never fun moving junk to a new place. We just hope one day you'll actually use it to get your efforts and time's worth of all the time you spend taking care of the junk. You hope you get your money back for it. Well, that didn't take as long as I thought it would, and I did bang my head on the AC. I don't know if you saw that. But it is starting to drain, but I've identified where the problem is. There's a little dam here that's a piece of something way back there between these two buildings. And it's not easy to get to. It's not easy at all. But I'm gonna go ahead and climb over everything and see if I can't dislodge it. Oh, luckily the water is starting to move, man. It was getting into my boots. My boots are gonna be soaked. How am I gonna work the rest of the day? I need a pair of backup boots. That's what I need. I was supposed to get an extra pair of boots for Christmas, but my wife was extremely pregnant. We had our baby just a week before Christmas, so I don't blame her for forgetting to get me those boots, but I'm still thinking about them, honey. All right, now here's the backside, and you can see it doesn't necessarily look like this is where the dam is. I was wrong. I'm gonna obviously pull this stuff out, but I think it's gonna be under here. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. All right, sorry guys if the shaky camera work. I'm still learning how to do this. So here it is there, it's moving here. So I think, yeah, it's clogged up under here. Ah, the hardest place to get to. Of course that's where it's clogged. Hey, it didn't fall on me. That's it. That's what we were trying to get to. Look at that. That's the dam right there. You know, and like that took me what, 40 seconds? Whenever you have a serious problem like this and you just got to do the work, don't overthink about it. Just get your hands dirty and just do it. Someone's got to do it. Don't try to pay people to do everything for you. It's good to know what your problems are and how to fix them. So, yeah. Although I'm saying that, but if I could afford to pay more people to fix my problems, I probably would too. Well, I didn't realize how close we were to finishing, but here's that main area we started at. You can see it's pretty well clear. Water's running nice and good, nice and smooth. And I'm like yelling at the camera because I feel like my microphone issues are a problem. This needs to be cleared out a little bit there. But we got a nice, good run. That should hopefully last a long while. I'll go show you guys the other carports because I think that's gonna basically wrap this video up, which is awesome because it ended up taking about 3 hours. Well, I guess that's more than I wanted to spend, but I didn't realize how bad the problem was when we started. So here is the Hudson Bay number 1 where the flooding starts. And this is still a problem. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Our issues are not solved. All right, where are we backed up at? Ah, God, that thing got me again. It's the problem with wearing your hat down. Look at that. Huh. It's good. Yeah, we're gonna say it's good because after pushing all that water out, it's still never backed up. So we still got at least almost, I'd say 1 3/4, 2 inch underneath the slabs, and it's clear all the way through. So the only thing slowing it down is there's like a natural weir that is made out of concrete that's in that valley, that gutter. And there's, unless I take a sledgehammer and chop it out, that's just the way it's gonna be, which is honestly fine because it's about I'd say 2 inches under, maybe 2.5. It might maybe be 3, but it is flowing. Obviously, I just pushed a ton of water and mud in there, so there's gonna be a little bit of buildup. So I'm gonna finish cleaning out the rest of that and show you guys kind of the final project because man, if you got a yard that butts up to the back of somebody else's, if you don't clean it, you could do a lot more damage. And you may not have such a gracious neighbor, and you might end up reflooring their whole building. So it's nice to be kind to people. You know, it goes around. So we'll work our way over here. Woo, like a war zone in here. Jared, what do you think?
I think I'm dirty. I'm cold.
Yeah, cold, wet. Yeah, you're soaked. Look at your blue jeans. All right, yeah, you got a little mud there, and then this traces out. Oh, look at that. Did you see all that water coming through when I was pushing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. That was crazy. That was a lot of water. And there's our new mud path, which is not ideal, but to be honest, it's not a major concern. That portion of the yard hasn't been utilized in over 20 years. There's no reason now to all of a sudden try to make it an integral part of the building. That is a problem. There's a pooling area right there. This whole yard, man, I'm not gonna refloor this or nothing, but we don't get enough rain for this to be a major concern. It's just kind of a headache every time you do have a storm. So let's go see what the front looks like. Dug it out as low as we could so that it would drain. And look at that. Not ideal, but it'll do in a pinch. That's gonna have to be addressed every year. It is what it is. It's kind of a, yeah, it's just gonna have to just be kept up. Just like everything else, whenever there's rain, you gotta make sure all your rain gutters are cleared, your drains are cleaned out. After the fall, you gotta get all the leaves out of the awnings and overhangs. And for me, I've got a muddy yard that occasionally needs to be shoveled out. So hope you enjoyed this filthy job. I am soaked, I am muddy, and I am looking forward to going home and changing boots, even though I don't have any. All right, I'll see you on the next one.